What's up, you guys? I'm back with another video. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, turn on your post notifications so you're notified every time I upload a new video, and hit that like button for me. What we're going to be doing today is a dry manicure on my partner. Before any service, you do want to make sure you inspect their client's hands so that we can make sure there's no fungus or any sorts of infection. We want to avoid that for any service that we're doing. You also want to make sure that you have clean and sanitized implements for every client. Files, buffers, sanding bands, and wooden pushers are a single time use only. All these metal implements can be disinfected, sterilized, and we can reuse them. But again, just make sure everything is new and clean for every single client. What we're going to be using here is some cuticle remover. We want to let that sit for a couple minutes before we go in and start working with that. So what we're doing is cleaning the free edge. We have been gardening a little bit around our house, and we do have quite a few pets also, so both of our nails are a little dirty. Mine are crusty and they just need to be redone. I have a second job that I'm currently working, and it's been very stressful. So I just pick at my nails almost every single day, all day. But I did go to school to become a licensed nail tech. Currently, I'm just waiting for a state board to approve my application so I can go test and get my license finally. I started teaching myself about 2 years ago now, and I just finished school around April. But anyways, so what we're doing here is cleaning the free edge with the opposite side of our cuticle pusher. When you're cleaning the free edge, you want to make sure you're not applying a lot of pressure because it could damage and you could hurt your client's hyponychium. I've had that happen to me a couple times, and it's not something that we want to make our clients feel. So just go very gently and work on that. Once it has been done, you can go back in and start pushing back that cuticle area. Make sure when you're pushing back the cuticle, you go very gently. Sorry for the background noise, that's my dogs. I can't stay in my room without them because they're always following around and you can hear them. But anyways, just go ahead and make sure you're gently pushing it back. You don't want to hurt your client's hyponychium. Just gently push it back and scrape it off without damaging the natural nail plate itself and without hurting your client. Again, you can see all the cuticle on here because he had quite a bit. I don't usually use metal implements like this. I don't use the pusher or the nippers, but because he had quite a bit of cuticle, I did go ahead and use those today. Here, I'm just pushing it back. Once this is done and being scraped off, I will go back in with my E-file. Typically using the E-file, I only use my needle bit and my ball bit at about 4,000 RPMs. When you're prepping, you only want to have your E-file at about 4,000 RPMs. The highest I go is 5. And that's only for the ball bit with stubborn cuticle that doesn't want to come off. But for now, I'll just let you guys enjoy this video, and again, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment down below.
You know who made it.
Once I'm done with the e-file, I am going to be going in with my nippers, and again, I don't usually use nippers for any client, but because he had quite a bit of cuticle and it didn't all come off with the ball bit, I will be implementing this into today's services. I don't use nippers often, like I mentioned, so it did take me quite a bit of time to get this done, but I still got the job done. I liked how it turned out at the end. Again, not my favorite, but we did it. No damage done, and I felt pretty confident doing it as well.
You know who made it. You know who made it.
So once that is done, you guys, I am going in with my 180 grit hand file from Tammy Taylor. And you guys, he is a nail biter. So I'm not gonna lie, I struggled shaping his nails a little bit, but I was able to work with what I had and we got it done.
You know who made it. You know who made it.
After the shaping is done, I am going to go in with my Mandrill bit, and my Mandrill bit is actually from NotPolish. I will leave everything used in this video linked down below. The sanding band is from NailsandBlinks in a fine grit. When you are filing or buffing the surface of the natural nail, if anything, you want to use a 240 to a 180 grit on the natural nail. Always try and stay on the finer side of grit. Medium, I believe, is okay, but coarse, it could be very damaging with a lot of pressure, so I recommend staying away from those. But you're going to be going from side to side on the nail. You don't want to stay in one single place because it could burn your client, cause ring of fires, and if this has ever happened to you in a salon or if you've done it to yourself, we don't want to make our clients feel that type of pain because it does hurt. When I first started, I was practicing on my mom and she never told me that I was hurting her, which in my point of view, I was doing everything right. If you are a client and you do experience some discomfort, please let your service provider know so we can modify what we're doing, so we can fix what we're doing, and this experience can be painless for you. Once that is done, we're going to be going in with some more alcohol and our dust brush to clean the debris off the nail. Now, at this point, you didn't have to buff, or I didn't have to buff his natural nail, but he requested for it to be done. So I went in with my buffer and just did whatever he was asking for me to do on his nail.
You know who made it. You know who made it.
Once the buffing is done, we're just going to go ahead and clean that debris off again with alcohol, and we're going to dust it off. I am going to be going in with some NotPolish TripleX Bond, and you guys, this is my go-to. I've been using this for a couple years now, and I've never had any issues with it. I 10 out of 10 recommend this. Again, everything used will be linked down below. I used 2 coats of this, and in school they did teach us that 2 coats isn't necessary. You should only be using one. Since I started, I've been watching V Nailed It on YouTube, and this is what she's been doing, which became a habit for me as well. This works for me, so you do whatever works for you, and just get your services done as best way as possible, in the safest way possible, and whatever works for you. I did see a little bit of cuticle that was bothering me, and I just went back in with my nippers to nip that off. But after this is done, I am going to be going in with my Kupa top coat. Now, Kupa top coat has been one of my favorites thus far. I feel like it has a very high shine finish, very glossy, that lasts weeks. My nails were looking pretty good, and I think it's been about a month already. But again, this job that I have is just stressing me out, so I just pick at them. I apply a very thin layer of this, and I feel when you apply it as a thin layer, even as a thin layer, it still becomes pretty thick. I don't know how that's possible, if that's even understandable, but this is why it won me over, because it has like a very shiny, thick finish to it. When you're working on natural nails, because it is just over your natural nail, it could cause a chemical burn, or you'll have a burning sensation on your natural nail, which is normal. You just don't want to put your hand in the lamp right away. You want to turn on the lamp and keep your fingers just on the edge of the lamp to avoid that burning sensation. Here you're going to see me just top coat the fingers and have him again hover his hand over the edge of the lamp so it doesn't burn him. But that's it for the video, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, and like my video. I'll see you guys in the next one. And if you haven't checked out my previous video on shaping nails, go ahead and click the video at the end and it'll direct you straight to it. See you guys in the next one.
You know who made it.